Terry logged into our Monday afternoon video meeting and quickly surprised me. Ever had one of those unscripted calls? Terry also concerned me. This was mainly because he was the founder of an expansive international nonprofit. But there was another reason too. Due to his high position of significance, I knew my response would likely impact tens, if not hundreds of thousands of people, all through his far-reaching and life-changing programs abroad. Here's what happened and how it can save you from an equally painful loss. In our chat, Terry was accepting one of my agency's courtesy information visits, the ones we make available to all growth-oriented nonprofits just for the asking. During these discovery sessions, we go over your biggest challenge or challenges as a founder, CEO, executive director, or senior development officer. More times than not, the main issues discussed are about donor management systems, internal processes, and the big one, securing adequate funding. My general posture in these complimentary reviews is that I'm never surprised by being surprised. But this time I was. And here's why. As we were surveying how Terry segmented his file, renewed his lapsed names, structured his receipt and acknowledgement system, and mapped his mailing sequence, both online and in postal mail, he did something I've never seen. After bouncing through a few incomplete responses, this experienced leader lowered his head into the palms of his hands and he said, quote, "I don't know enough about fundraising. I feel so lost about what to do next. How do I learn everything you know?" End quote. Over the past 30 years of counseling, advising, and even implementing for heads of national and international charitable organizations, this comment surprised me. Not by what Terry said. We hear this almost every day and week of the year. It's normal and expected. And no wonder. Fundraising is complex with highly involved sets of interrelated systems and processes to make everything work on time, all the time. There is a lot going on backstage to make the front stage look easy and effortless. Author Irving Goffman's classical dramaturgical study and perspective about understanding human interaction and behavior across stages is well worth a reading. However, it was not Terry's question, but his intensity and deep reservation that stuck out in such a surprising way. Maybe you have heard someone upline or downline or across line make similar statements as Terry did. Or maybe you too have thought something similar as you juggle the daily overflow of demands, responsibilities, and obligations you face in running your nonprofit or funding department. This same conversation as Terry's, though with a different physical expression, came up a few years back when I was working with a large international philanthropic entity. My response then was effective, and maybe it would work well again now. The suggestion: avoid getting stuck in the muck. In short, do only what you need to do and don't do what you don't need to do. For example, yes, pay attention to your finances. However, you may not need to be the one who enters the debits and the credits into the ledger. Some people will oversimplify this situation for you, usually those without any ultimate responsibility for the outcome, and casually they'll say something like, "Oh, just delegate it to free up your time and your effort." There is wisdom, in part, about this being said, but there is also great danger and risk in the other part not equally being said. An alternative response may better suit your success when considering that there are two main areas every founder and advancement professional is advised to never completely outsource. Those two are, number one, your financial matters, and number two, your marketing initiatives. One founder I worked with for over 2 decades would look at the check register each week, but he never personally reconciled the checkbook. He did the important and essential part that shouldn't be delegated away. Then he let go of what didn't need to be kept by him. The same with his marketing and his fundraising. He looked at and approved what we submitted for his fundraising plan, and then he let us do our job. He allowed us to capture his thoughts and put them into words and images that we turned into his appeal letters and his online post. Once again, he checked the authenticity himself, then he left the processing to someone else. With great efficiency, he stayed away from getting stuck in the muck, as we somewhat affectionately began calling it. There is also medical and psychological proof to this approach as well. The human prefrontal cortex, our decision-making helper up here in the front of our brains, has a limited capacity. It can't and it won't hold all our thoughts, especially not for a long time. It is a high processor with a low capacitor, a race car with a small gas tank. It is designed for sprinting, not running marathons. The Cleveland Clinic and many other medically scientific entities have a number of good studies about this cranial function for your further reading if you want to pursue it. Truly, there are only so many minutes in the day. In the same way, there are only so many lines of memory and processing in the prefrontal cortex. When our short-term memory is full, some of it must be moved to the storage in the cerebral cortex before more can enter. A similar pattern surfaces in the alleged multitasking delusion, as Stanford University professor Clifford Nass calls it. He asserts, among many other studies, that there is no such thing as multitasking, only switch tasking. Multitasking is where we lose our highly focused state of deep work or flow. The U.S. Navy, McKinsey Global Institute, and others agree with these findings, all of which is further encouragement for you to avoid the muck so you don't get stuck like Terry was. Far better to stay on the drier ground of conceptual approval so your organization's journey can stay firmly on the solid road to greater significance. Let your marketing counselors, agency, and upper-level staff power the ship, fill the gas, and oil the engine. Agencies and fundraising advisors don't do a very good job of running nonprofits. Their job is to do a good job raising funds for your vision, calling, commitment, and purpose. All the more reason for permitting them to do what they do best, and you in turn to protect what you do best. This way, you as the leader and the captain of the ship can stay out of the wetlands and avoid getting stuck in the muck. In the end, we can be assured that our paths to funding and prospering our nonprofit's mission may come through many different applications. That's why you can take comfort and have confidence in knowing that all roads, and hopefully the dry ones, lead to the same castle. It's just that not all journeys to greater efficiency and outreach are the same ones taken. Some require not getting stuck in the muck. Until the next issue of Castle Roads, travel well. E. Paul.